he has some good stabs, but they're still like somewhat limited as to utility. He doesn't have as much versatility with that. And sure, he can cut really well, so that lends himself well to fending off sabers and sometimes long swords, but when it comes to the rapier, his cuts are kind of slow. They have reach, but they do not outreach the rapier's thrust. So I tend to think Marta has the edge, but it all will depend ultimately on the player. That said, Multi got a flag early. That's good for him. Trading some thrusts here. Oh, Peckle is tired now. Multi has been playing this really well so far. Slowly whittling away. That can be risky against the rapier, but Multi is doing it very precisely. I think he has to watch his stamina too, though. Nice use of the point. Oh, someone paused by mistake, probably. Thankfully, it was not during the actual fight. Hopefully, you're both good to go. You're good to go? Yeah, okay. And a stab from oh, but it's a double. It's a double. Stab the wrist. I think that's the ghost thrust from Calc there. That X thrust is very powerful. And then there's a stab to the arm. That one looked more convincing, to be fair, though, than some of the ghost thrusts we've seen, so it is what it is. Getting stabbed in the hand is not fun. Let's put it that way. Stab, stab. They missed, though. He did some damage with the edge, but he didn't actually strike with the point, and that allows Pekla to force a double. Still, any damage is better than nothing, and he just charges in and stabs Pekla. Pekla was not ready with long guard to stop it, by the look of it. Sometimes Cal can surprise you with his explosive rush attacks. He's not really known for it, but he can do it. Pekla getting a good stab there. I'd give Pekla some move suggestions here, but I think that would be a bit unfair, so I think he knows what he's doing anyway. But there is a way to deal with what Multi is doing, I think. I'll just say that. Multi tried stabbing the chest. I was surprised that missed. I thought that'd be a double. Because Pekla did stab his head. That's pretty clear, so. Oh, nice cut from Pekla, and actually outreached Multi's attack, and Pekla was able to follow it up. Really good use of the cut. That's something that Marta tends not to use very much of. Thrust attempt by Multi, and it lands. The second one does. So thrust from Pekla trying to poke and prod a little bit. They're both patient in the beginning, but then when they start attacking, they're explosive. Both trying to make sure neither opponent has an advantage, like a positional advantage. Pekla going for a cut, and then there's a cut from Multi, but it misses. I think he picked the wrong one. And then Pekla keeps shutting down Multi's line of attack, and he lands a thrust of his own to finish it off. Bit of a marathon round to start off, which is nice to see, and it's pretty close. Multi with a kill. Anybody's game. I have no idea who wins this one at this point. Pekla has the experience, but Multi is showing that he has the fight IQ as well to challenge Pekla, and he understands his character. And it's worth noting, Multi is newer, but he has been to many tournaments by now, so you can't underestimate him. You can't just waltz forward and kill him, you know? Oh, Pekla just following up with a bunch of stabs, but that's one stab from Multi kills him. That is very unfortunate. That's a bit of a Marta moment there. Pekla probably not very happy with that, but he's only one. Oh, unfortunate. He got stabbed in the arm. Still, good job by Multi. Multi was playing that really well. Eventually. Okay, so we got Maestro with Isabella going back to his main. Probably because he's anticipating that Zera nerf. That's something a lot of Zera mains are not happy with, and yeah, I get it. If Zera was made to flow like he does in the trailer, he wasn't stupidly fast in the trailer. He was just flowing really well. But we still nerfed that quick Y cut. that just cancels recovery, I think he would be fine. But we'll see what Kubel does. It seems like Kubel just wants him to be a drunkard, so... Oh well. He'll probably be overshadowed by the German longsword fencers, though, let's face it. I mean, because they use his style, but they're not drunk, so... It was kind of inevitable. It was just a matter of when, I think. When Zera becomes obsolete. That might happen sooner than we were expecting, unfortunately. Sidestep attempt, but gets cut. Good use of the Y cut by Maestro. But Luck got two flags in the opening, so that was really good for him. Doing a good job of getting around the guard. And Luck trying to thrust, but I'd say his point was offline, so Maestro was able to block it. That's a tricky thing with the curve sometimes. Sometimes you have to sort of pay attention to where the point is. It's not straight ahead, it's to the side a bit, so... Sometimes you don't even have to worry about that, though, because the edge does a bunch of grazing damage, so... Sometimes you don't have to pay too much attention to that. You just might not kill in one hit. Yeah, that said, Isabella is not drunk, though, so... There's that. And he'll add 2 longsworders who are not drunk, so... Another sidestep. Luck really loving that move. It hits really hard. Yeah, so there'll be plenty of non-drunk longsworders available. Oh, Luck froze in place a little bit there. Maybe trying to guard. It crashed through, but because the blade was in the way, it did not kill. Luck was very, I guess, lucky. Oh, the snap cut. Nicely done by Maestro. An underused move by Isabella mains. Nah, I only think one character needs the drunk gag. Maybe Gideon could be drunk in the story at one point. I don't know, but I don't think we need more than one gag character, you know? That's just my take. Zera is going to be obsolete sooner than expected. That's what I meant. And I'm saying those other longsworders, we're going to make him obsolete anyway, I think. So, I hope that's clear. Soon Zera will start each round blackout drunk. Maybe. Maybe. Because Kubo was talking about how he'll add more stumbling, like more just drunkenness to his style. So, well, we'll see what happens with that. Great skill, yeah, they've both been playing really well. Sorry to not focus exclusively on what they're doing. And there's a double. Luck doing very good with the lateral movement. Maestro's doing very good with linear movement, I would say, though. So, oh, there's the stab right around the guard. That's how you use it. And Maestro was not ready for it. Nicely done by Luck. Sidestep by Luck, parrying the cut. Excellent. And Luck showing us that longswords can be defeated with Saber. I know that's been a thing people have been talking about lately, but it's definitely possible. The Saber Dagger guy? Yeah, he'll be out soon, I'm sure. With the other newcomers. I would hope, anyway. If he's not, I might riot. Because he's been teased for so long. It'd be one thing if he was new. Like, brand spanking new, but he's been there for a very long time. And another sidestep. Maestro not adjusting for it, and he gets hit. Very good win by Luck. It's like I was saying, Luck can defeat any veteran player. Oh, I think that he's Swedish or something. And that's about it. So. Okay, Multi going with Calc again. Maestro going to Zera. He's actually not using Isabella. Game becomes so passive that he keeps on punishing aggressive tactics. I don't know about that. He's certainly gonna be punishing Zera, though. Okay, so Maestro with the first kill. Fact is, we've seen aggressive tactics work, so I don't think this game is purely defensive. I think it's more complex than that. But some characters might suffer more than others, like Zera, if Kubel gets his sight on them and starts nerfing them. That said, Maestro with some quick kills here. Maybe he's atheist. That might be what's going on. I mean, I won the rapier, not rapier. It was more of a. It's technically called the thrusty tourney. I basically won by doing a bunch of thrusts with Marta. So I don't know about that. I used the thrust intelligently to defend myself as well, to be fair, but I was doing tons of attacking. Yeah. Koala here, the coach of everyone. He's taught everybody the game. Alright. Upward cut. Multi is on the back foot here. We're seeing Maestro getting really aggressive, maybe trying to prove Piccolo wrong. Ooh. High guard cut. Did he mean to do that? That just seems like a waste of stamina at that range. There's a double. Yeah, sometimes real fencing is passive. Sometimes it's not, though, I would argue. Sometimes there is some aggressiveness going on. But there is always a moment where you gotta sort of decide how you want to approach it, and you have to approach it in a smart way. You can't just swing your sword into someone's blade. You have to find an opening. You have to provoke to feint. Swing somewhere where the sword isn't, that kind of stuff. But I think the game can have some good interplay between offense and defense. It doesn't need to be passive. Oh, Maestro is tired, but Multi doesn't capitalize. It's kind of risky against Zera, to be fair. So Multi's trying to play this patiently like he's always been playing, and then there's a stab by Maestro. But yeah, that is a point. This game is very tactical, and obviously there's some parts of it that need to be polished, but I think it's in a very good state right now, for sure. Oh, the thrust missed. Good snap cut by Maestro, the retreat cut. Maestro applying some pressure, Multi on the back foot. Stab, and another stab finishes it. Yep. Yep, shot Phoenix. And I wonder if Wrath has read my guide. I do have a guide on the character on Steam. I have a document too, but I don't think I actually updated that one. I've basically just migrated everything over to Steam where it's more accessible, so easier to read too. Oh, Wrath going with that new move, the X slash, but Toasted just catches him. It's hard to initiate with that one, but if you initiate it with it just right at the correct angle, it can be a good forcing move. Toasted with a quick retreat cut. Oh, big cut by Toasted and a big cut from Wrath, resulting in a double. Alexander's blade is heavy and choppy, so he can trade pretty well with Zera, but I still would favor Zera in the trades, personally. That's definitely not how you want to play this matchup. You want to try and avoid playing Zera's game and punish his mistakes. Sometimes getting in his face, too, where he's less effective. Is Wrath able to move? Wrath, long guard if you're good. Okay. Hang on. Yeah, that just looked a little strange. He wasn't moving at all. I can't see your pings change, so I have no idea if there's something going on there. Parsek's being annoying with that. Parsec froze. Alright. I'll tell you what, because you got hit there, we'll count those first two flags, but not that third one. If that sounds okay. So we'll try a new link. Hopefully you can get back in and just play. Or if the entire match was laggy, let me know, and we can always just restart or something. Alright. Alright, you guys ready? I suppose if Wrath gets a flag, it doesn't matter here, but you guys can just fence normally, I don't care. We might avoid counting it, though, if Wrath gets the worst end of it. Oh, he rushed into that, to be fair. Alright, so I don't think it altered the outcome that much. It's up to you guys if you want to count that or not. It's unfortunate he had to, he disconnected, though. Good parry. Oh, he's going for the new move. Unfortunately, the distance was wrong. I think the idea was good, though. Oh, that rushing attack often does not go well. And Toasted is just, destroying him, and people were talking about aggression. There you go, Toasted just rushing him down. Doesn't care. And Wrath wasn't ready for it. Toasted rushing it again. Windmill cuts, takes the hand off. Nicely done by Toasted. Wrath just doesn't have an answer for this. Toasted is often patient, but ooh, he went for very explosive aggression, and there he finally failed. Wrath did the right thing there, but that holy stance thrust finishes him off. It's a very deadly move. And so, people were talking about aggression not working. Toasted did a mix of both. He did some patient play and his trademark explosive aggression, so. Okay, Toasted left, Pecola right. Let's see how this goes. Thrust by Pecola. Kill right in the opening. Pecola doing a bit of aggression. Backs away, though. It's a bait. He wasn't actually trying to hit him. 2 cuts from Pecola. Hopefully this gets his morale up. He's doing really well so far. Oh, but Toasted with the Zwirch. And that's an example of what I was talking about, how you can defend and cut at the same time. Very excellent. It's an excellent tactic there. Something that the German fencing system excels at in particular. Okay, Holy Stance fainting by Pecola. Tries to get in there, but he's out of range. And Toasted punishes. That was almost a good hit, though. If Pecola was a little bit closer, I think that would have hit. It was a really good angle that he picked. Toasted with the retreat cut. Those retreat cuts are very quick. They both rushed in. Toasted goes for a push, actually, and it works. The push has been nerfed such that it can't really interrupt attacks, but if you do it at the right time, it still works. Just the same as it always did. Crash through with the retreat cut, but Pecola doesn't care, rushes in and kills him. Upward slash by Pecola. Beating the blade down, but there's the Holy Stance. Toasted cancels, though, and he's punished. Sometimes canceling is a bad idea. Sometimes you gotta commit or back away. These words how they're both sort of striking at each other's blades, testing the waters. Good mix of tactics and just simple aggression in this one. Well, they're both doing some dashing, but Toasted is the one punished. Toasted with Holy Stance. He gets cut in the leg. Oh, okay. Pecola actually got the better end of that one. I would not have expected that, but he did. Zera has a head of iron, as people say, and then he slashes the hand off. Excellent cut from Pecola. Finishes the fight. The right side has been winning all of these fights so far, by the look of it. Good to see him in commentator, if that's the case. Anyway, I'm gonna focus here, stay quiet. Bit of a samurai moment there. That was pretty badass. Oh my goodness, the jank. Crazy, crazy fight. Oh, come on, kill him. No! Good fight, good fight, good fight. And flawed to be unable to participate. And good luck. Alright, good effort. Some good tactics on display there. Definitely, Calc is also a very solid Saber character, so. And we know Luck is part of Eve's dojo, so it makes a lot of sense that he's using Calc here. Or, sorry, not Calc, Barabash. Well, actually, Eve uses Calc too, but obviously Luck is not playing him. Alright. Design flaw off the first kill, though. Those stabs are pretty lethal in this matchup. Luck might rely on his own stabs. Thrust spam does not work there, though. He needs to figure something else out, I think. And again, that's to do with angle. That point is not in line to hit him, so if Design Flaw knows how to shut down the center line, he can shut those down immediately. Or beat the blade down for that matter. Oh, okay, Luck might be frozen. Hang on. Luck is not moving. Thank you, Design, for backing away. That was very sportsmanlike of you. Let's just wait out whatever leg spike that was. Luck, just let us know when you're good to go. If you are. Controller disconnected. Okay. I'm glad it's not an internet thing. Gonna have to back out. Okay. Feel free. Yeah, you probably do. I think you do because it won't be able to detect your other controller. Okay, Luck is trying to reconnect. That's good. Alright, you should be able to take control back because your controller is now gonna, yeah, it's gonna recognize a new controller, so yeah, we're good. Design flaw is ready, so let's keep fencing. Thrust attempt, but it's parried a bit by that guard, as in the guard on the hand that protects the hand. There is a chain on Barbash's sword, and it's just enough to stop sword swings, plus that cross guard. Not as good as a proper D guard, but it can stop a blade. And this game does simulate that. But a design flaw for another kill. And the cool thing about this tournament so far that I'm noticing is new players are actually doing well in certain matchups against veteran players. It's really cool to see this play out. Design flaw needing to watch his stamina though. He has to, otherwise Luck is just gonna pick him apart. And there he goes. So nobody, I would say, is doing particularly bad so far. Everyone's had some kind of good performance at this point, I think. Some stabs by Luck. Luck has figured out how to line them up. Design flaw will have to continue to keep those stabs offline. Or find a way to threaten him with a cut, something like that. Gotta be careful with those retreat cuts. They are slow, so they can open them up, but they also drain stamina. Oh, unfortunately, that's what happened there. That was a tired swing from Design, but it was interrupted. If it landed, it probably could have forced a double, but it was way too slow because he was tired. Luck trying to sidestep. That's a good idea. That's a double, though. They both strike each other pretty hard. Some cuts from Design Flaw. Ooh, A cut, but it's very slow. Luck is starting to adapt. But still a very good performance by both. Oh, Frost. Design Flaw really has to be careful with those big cuts. They're a bit predictable. He manages to tank that strike, though, and land a really good hit of his own. So he's still in it, and he can definitely win this fight. 2 flags each to win anybody's game. 5-5. Whoa, strike to the hand by Luck. That was very precise cut. I think it just hit the wrist, so it took it off. Maybe a bit of the forearm. And there's a strike from Design Flaw. And now it's down to the final flag. Really intense fight. Anybody's game. So Design Flaw being patient, but poking and prodding a little bit. Some cuts, though. Have to, again, watch those. Trying to snipe the hand with the A cut. Beats down the attack from Luck. But Luck keeps going. And Luck does get hit a little bit, but his hit was a bit more convincing, so Luck actually takes it. But Yendrick especially can crack open guard, so Maestro can't necessarily rely on his counter-striking style the way he usually does. Yeah, he has to get in there, and he does it there for the first flag. And Toasted is going to have to really focus on managing that distance well, using a lot of active movement to keep himself safe instead of his auto guard. That's a stab from Maestro, though. Maybe this was a mistake. We'll see, though. Toasted just needs to adapt. If he adapts, he can slaughter Maestro Fiendrick. And I totally see why he picked him, so... Let's see how it goes. Oh, the Y chop is deflected, and a Maestro keeps going. Maestro has so much blade to work with. Toasted has that little axe head there. But that axe head does hit hard if he knows where to place it. Well, trying to snipe him, that was a good idea, but unfortunately Maestro was able to defend. Okay, Toasted with the pendulum, but Maestro just goes in and stabs him, doesn't care. Because he sees an opening and he takes it. Toasted, oh, he goes for the grapple and he lands it. Nicely done. Nicely done by Toasted. He can die happy if he loses the next flags. That is tough to do against Zera. Oh, he blocks that thrust. He strikes the arm. He got hit too, though. He's limping. Oh, it's a double, I think. Yeah, it's a double. Maestro forced him against the wall, but that's a double. Oh, a push! Oh, but he doesn't follow it up. Doesn't quite follow up. Oh my goodness, the thrust doesn't land completely, but that follow-up cut. This is a crazy fight, actually. Don't let the disparity in flags fool you. These are some crazy moments. Oh, strike to the... It wasn't a perfect hit for the axe head, maybe. It's hard to tell from that angle. But that strike was definitely good. Meister rushing in. Oh, that A chop was probably a mistake. It doesn't have enough range for that particular situation. Maestro needing one more. Well, that is dangerous by Toasted. Gotta be very careful. That thrust nearly landed. And there's a good snipe from Toasted. Toasted is not giving up. Toasted rushing in. Maestro striking before he can push him. That was a good attempt. Oh, the rush. It doesn't... It does land. Wow, last second literally hits the arm. Get Toasted with 2 attacks. He's got to back away, and he does. He gets the hand. I don't want to say anything. I don't want to jinx anything. This is crazy. Oh my goodness. Maestro probably worried about choking here. That can get in someone's head if they're winning, but all of a sudden they throw away a bunch of flags. I know from... Oh, that was a good try by Toasted, but he was too far. And Maestro just stabbed him. The fight against and a fun character to use, so... Alright, good luck. ones that I think objectively, like, there's clear advantages at the very least. So this one though, it can go either way. I'd give Samuel maybe a slight advantage, but if Design Flaw can use that point really well, land those cuts when he needs to, etc., mix things up especially, that's what he really needs to do. He can win this one for sure, and that's 2 flags for Design Flaw. Calc has one advantage, and that's that he's a better thruster, and his cuts have a little bit more reach than at least some of Samuel. Samuel has the high guard cuts, which have more reach only because he steps forward, but as far as cutting, they're both very good at cutting, and I think Calc actually hits harder on the cut too, so. But Samuel is a bit quicker, that's his main advantage, so. But that said, Calc has some quick point work of his own that he can bring to bear against those wide swings. Snap cuts, sometimes they don't hit very hard though, and Design Flaw is able to sort of tank them. Design Flaw putting on a really good show here. Wrath is an experienced player with Saber, not an easy opponent by any stretch. There's another thrust by Design Flaw, textbook Calc play here. Sure, Eve is really happy to see that. He gave him a bit of a pep talk, gave him some tips, and already we're seeing an improvement, possibly. Some cuts, they don't connect, but they apply a lot of pressure, and there's a cut, provoking Wrath into attacking when Wrath thought he was safe. And this might be a clear victory for Design Flaw. Flawless. There's a good swing. Gets parried, though, just in time. Wrath on the offensive, but gets stabbed. He gets a bit bloodlusted. He thought he had the advantage that whole time, but all Design Flaw needed was one opportunity to land a stab, and he could get out of it, as we saw there. So Luck has gone with Barabash again. Another Calc, by the way, for him to overcome. It's definitely been pretty tough. He's managed it, though. There's a bunch of thrusts. Reminder, a champion title is on the line, so if Luck gets this, he gets a title. If he wins enough fights. No pressure, but somebody has to stop him if you don't want him to win. And there's a good stab by Multi. Thrusts. Backs away, though. Doesn't like what was happening there. I don't blame him. There's a cut. Another cut. Snap cut trying to stop Multi. The problem Multi is having is those cuts are a bit slow. They have more reach, but Luck is doing a good job of pressuring and exploiting the fact that they are slow. And just chipping away at Multi's health, getting his stamina down. That was kind of my strategy against Pekla, actually. When I realized attacking wasn't quite working against him, but Pekla just picked me apart when I got too passive, so that's what happens. And so I do think aggressive tactics can work for sure. And actually, Multi almost caught Luck with a stab of his own. I will say, though, I do think Sabers are the most balanced so far in this game. They have, amongst themselves, they're pretty balanced, so. Not to say other weapons are not fun, they're very fun, but you can tell Saber is Kubol's specialty, I guess. There's a good stab. Right, Luck is just on fire. He's approaching this perfectly, shutting down a lot of what Multi is doing. Multi might need to do more of that. Those quick stabs that come out of nowhere that hit really hard. But he has to set them up. He can't just throw them out there. Otherwise, that gives Luck the chance to move in. Because Luck knows he has to go in. He can't stay back against a weapon that has more reach. He has to close the distance. And he's doing that really well. Very good sidestep. And Luck needs one more. There's a thrust. Multi was not ready for it, I don't think. Maybe he was in the middle of an attack. I heard a grunt. So it's a toss-up as to who's going to win this, I think. All about how they play it. Good upward cut by Pekla. That is one of Alexander's weaknesses there. Okay, Pekla applying some passive pressure. Now he's throwing some cuts out there, trying to bait him in. Maybe rush attack, punch, strike, and yeah, unfortunately up close, Mizera really struggles. And there's a double. Nice use of the new move. That might be a counter to the Holy Stance. I probably should have thrown that. I was thinking about throwing that last match, but I essentially got really scared to mess that up. Because if I did, Pekla would have just picked me apart. So, and it does have a wind up. There's like a telegraph to it, and that jump attack whiffed somehow. Unfortunately, that's a really bad move. I don't think he should be throwing that in that situation. But I see why. He saw an opening and, you know, the blade hit. It's just the game didn't acknowledge that. The move is not very accurate. It's happening to both of them, to be fair. Oh my god. I don't know what it is with Zera. Something about Zera specifically just causes a bunch of... It didn't really happen in my fight with Peklo so much, though, I wouldn't say. So... Yeah, in that particular case, I mean, there were some odd moments, of course, but it wasn't anything huge, so... And here it's an even fight. Really good to see Wrath holding up well against Peklo Zera. Nicely done. Wrath is actually ahead now. Wrath not afraid to get in there. Good X cut, follows it up. Can't quite reach him though, but it keeps cutting, and Pekla threw a swing, which opened him up. Aggression doesn't work, huh? Wrath is showing us it does. Oh, there we go. Nice sidestep cut. Whoa, nice. Using that move to parry, that's one use of it. Countered the Holy Stance very well. Okay, good luck, Maestro. Will Toasted stop him is the question. Okay, Toasted throwing a bunch of swings here, trying to keep him at bay. Big cut. Sidestep. Alright. That is a win. Well, one flag for Luck. Very good sidestep to the hand. Toasted going for aggression. Luck keeps staying calm, though, and backing away to defend. Again, some sidestepping from both of them, actually. Very skillful display by both. Whoa. Feinting the sidestep, finally goes for it, but he actually got stabbed in the armpit as he did that. It was a big cut, though, and it landed well. Forcing the double. Alright, good strike by Toasted. Oh my goodness, thrust after thrust after thrust, another thrust and another. Crazy. That's what Luck wants. He wants me to bring that meme back. Another thrust, another thrust, another thrust. It's working though, to be fair. Alright, Toasted with a big attack. It doesn't land. There's another thrust. Sidestep. They're both getting a little bit tired. Toasted a bit more so. Another thrust, another thrust, another thrust. It doesn't land though. The other two after that didn't land. Luck probably needs to figure something else out. I feel like Zera can counter that just by beating the blade down or striking him and just sort of tanking the first hit. Especially if that retreat cut that he's got. Like, he's got a bunch of tools that I think just nullify that. If you set it up right, you can do it, but I wouldn't recommend. It's hard enough as it is. Ooh, okay. Nobody pressed an attack. Somebody paused. Very bad timing, but it is what it is. Somebody's lagging, probably. Or Luck's controller stopped working. That could also be. Oh, okay. It was already... Toasted was already throwing an attack. That's unfortunate. Let me just check Discord quickly. Thank you, Toasted, for backing away. You did all you could there. That was just really unfortunate timing. Luck disconnected. Okay, maybe that was a connection problem on his end. Luck is trying to... Alright, yeah. Or his controller, like we were saying. Alright. Let's try that again. If you guys don't want to count that flag, I'm totally okay with that too. It's up to you. I suppose it'll depend on how this flag goes as well. If Luck wins it, then it doesn't matter. Ooh, nice defense by Luck, actually. And Toasted. Oh, Luck gets it. Good sidestep. Alright. So we don't have to worry about that. Luck won the flag regardless. Toasted probably thought he could block it. But that sidestep move is very good at getting around guards, and Luck has been loving it. I've noticed a bit of a change in his style, and it's working really well. Thrust. Doesn't land. Oh, try sidestepping. That might have been his undoing, though. Even fight. Maybe Toasted Bread can stop his streak. Rushing in. Blocked. Oh, sidestep. It whiffs. Oh, but Toasted swings whiffs, too. That was unfortunate for both of them, but nobody got damaged, so... Alright. Toasted Bread eventually comes out on top. Sometimes a Toasted Bread of... Sorry, Zera, I should say, not Toasted specifically. With Zera, like when you swing really close, sometimes it's the wrong part of the sword, so it doesn't hit for much damage. Sometimes that's what's happening, but... Sometimes that's not what's happening. Sometimes it's just weird jank, but that is what it is. I'd say oftentimes, though, like, Zera just does these big swings, so when you get in his face, he's at a disadvantage. That's all it is. most of the time. That said, luck with a point. Very even fight. We've been getting some really intense ones lately. Big cut by Toasted, feint by Luck. Retreat cut, and then there's the holy stance, but he does a feint into the retreat cut. There's low guard, but that was obviously bait. Oh my goodness. Toasted has to watch that stamina. That's the only thing I don't like about what he's doing. Otherwise, he's doing a very good job of keeping Luck at bay. Oh, Squirts to stop the sidestep, but he opens himself up. Snap cuts after the thrust. Big swing. Yeah, that's a flag for Luck. Luck played that perfectly. Ooh, feint by Luck. Thrust. Another thrust. Another thrust. Snap cut. There's a cut to the head to finish it off. Well played, guys. Will anyone stop Luck? Going with Yazik, though, Multi. Multi has played Yazik a lot. I'm just surprised he didn't use Calc. Oh, the Holy Stance missed. Dangerous, dangerous, dangerous. And there's the cut into thrust. They both missed, but the stab finally lands. That was only a snap cut to the head, so it's kind of iffy as to whether it'll kill or not. Certainly did some damage, but it wasn't enough. Well, there's the lunge, but it doesn't do much. Zera's able to just tank it. Calc can win against Zera if he doesn't let Zera get momentum. Yeah, I think that's exactly right. If Calc can shut Zera down before he does much, you know, he's in good shape. Calc is slower, so he can't try and play a brawl, like do a brawl with Zera. He has to out-fence him. Bara is much better in this matchup, Luck says. Yeah, I can see that. I can't say I know from experience necessarily. But considering you play both of them, I think that makes sense. Bara is also better in the pocket, as I recall. So that might be part of it, I'm thinking. But also maybe harder hitting. More options, too, to like sidestep and whatnot. And that stab, too, that you were using. Oh, that stab didn't really land. I thought it was going to land. Sidestep plus thrust, yeah. That makes sense. Thrust. Well, then there's the retreat cut. Really fast move. Marie is the choice for this matchup? I don't know. I think Marie's at a pretty big disadvantage. Similar case with Calc. You have to stab Zera before he does anything, or punish his mistakes. And that can be tough to do, I think. I've just found Zera often blocks the stabs, and then he just hits you in the head. Zera is just tough. Yeah, that's true. He's tough against for a lot of characters to beat. But like I said, skill also plays a role. And as we speak here, Maltese is doing a really good job against the design flaws. Zera, good defense. Marie's the choice for every matchup. But yeah, well for you definitely, because you main Marie. Yeah. And you know how to grapple with Marie too, which is scary. Very scary. Oh, snap. Okay, another one. Another snap retreat cut. Gets the kill. The first one from Design Flaw didn't work. Sion does the grab king slash queen. Queen. But I agree, yeah. Because she landed one on me, too. It's crazy. In that, one life tourney. Malt has good patience. Yes, he does. Yeah. And it's working well for him here. Very good parries against those big cuts. Oh, sidestep. It doesn't land, though. Kind of skids off his arm, made of iron, I guess. But then there's a stab to the arm. Still getting some hits. That corkscrew thrust lands 2 times, but does not kill the first time. X there would have got the kill, Maestro says. Grapple attempt. We were speaking about grappling earlier. Design flaw trying to land one. Zera has a pretty dangerous one, I would say. Oh, good parry by Multi. Good lunge, then a strike to the head. Multi applying good pressure. Oh, corkscrew thrust. Yeah, that's what that's called. Because he's like a corkscrew, yeah. I know some people have been saying that's not a very good move, but I've been seeing it used really well lately. Oh, that was not the time to use it, though. I think I saw him using it. Depends on the matchup. Yeah, I'm sure it does. Because of the angle it picks. Ooh. Dangerous from both of them. Moves in for the stab, but that stab isn't always very powerful. And design flaw. Needs one more. Multi not far behind, though, showing us that Yazit can definitely compete in the right hands. Oh, interesting choice of attack there that could have been punished, I think. Multi trying to get in, trying to figure out a way past that reach. It's quite difficult at times, but he's being patient now. Well, throwing some swings out of measure, you gotta be careful. Big swings, Multi backing away, he knew he was in danger. And that kept him safe. Even if the blade crashed through, he would have been perfectly fine. And he goes for a thrust. That was a mistake. He should have, I think, gone for an X cut. Nonetheless, very good effort. I think he relied too much on the point at times, Multi, that is, but... Well, that's the new move, and he parries, but yeah, the sidestep might have been his undoing. His arm was exposed, so he still got hit. Very good effort by Wrath, though. I think Wrath was a bit too far, maybe. If you can really get in Zera's face, you can make something happen. Unfortunately, again, too far. Those moves are very hard to space because Alex does a big step. And that big step is also a telegraph, along with the wind-up, so... They're good moves, don't get me wrong, they're just very technical. And when you're fighting against Zera, it might not always be best to use them. He tried it again there, but Maestro just outsped him. Maestro rushing in, goes for the leg, but he's too far, actually, it seems. And he gets hit in the head for his trouble. Oh, Maestro going with that A cut, but Wrath was patient. Good block. Maestro too far for that swing, but he's probably testing the waters. There you go. That's how you use it. Wrath is still in it. He's done well against Zera mains before with Alex. Oh, he rushes in. I hate it when I see Alex mains use that move. It's really terrible, to be honest. You'll see me use it sometimes, but usually that's to finish people off if they're tired. Or if they're being very cocky with low guard, maybe I'll remind them a bit that they can be struck from far away with it, but otherwise I just don't bother, and it's just because it's really telegraphed and it doesn't really get past guard, so... Nor should it. It's a very telegraphed jumping move, so... And unfortunately, Wrath got struck in the hand there. So very good win for Maestro. I get why it's really tempting to use, though. You really want to get in there and strike, you know? Especially if you feel like you need to close in to win. It's a totally understandable thing to try. Oh, thrust attempt, but gets punished. Oh, Multi able to move? Yes, he's able to move. Alright. Good sportsmanship by Toasted. He noticed Multi was not moving, so he just checked with Long Guard to see if he was good. I think Multi is just being very patient, Toasted, so reminder to fighters, you can pause if something is amiss. Just try to time it such that you're not, in the middle of fighting when you do it. Good stab by Toasted. Yeah, because if you pause the game, it eliminates confusion, because then at that point we know something's going on. Oh, there's a pause. I'll just unpause, but try not to fight each other. Yeah, okay. Probably just a lag spike. These things happen. They both look like they're good to go. Maltese is from Germany, so that can certainly happen. Toasted is actually from the same province in Canada as me, so his connection should be solid. There's obviously going to be some discrepancies like that, but I think the fact we got so many people from around the world playing is really cool, so it makes up for any slight ping difference there may be. And there's a good retreat cut by Toasted. With that being said, though, about the ping, it definitely is unfortunate for those who have bad connection. That's where it really makes a big impact, but anyway, Toasted striking the arm, Toasted needing one more. Multi's really struggling here. He's kind of trying to turtle up. And I think, like Wrath was saying, that's a really tough thing to do against Sarah, and I tend to agree. The moment you start turtling up too much, stuff like that happens. You get holy stance to death. And so Toasted takes it. Very good job. You know, I'm gonna do the honorable thing and make this fight as fun as it can be. Good luck. Good fight. Wow, my heart was racing. Because you found that one angle there, if that, I think it's an A cut you're using, and it's a really good move against Alex, it seems. I just have to, I think, either avoid it or hit you in the head. That seems to be the counter, not blocking it. So, good fight. You might do well. Alright, Pekla going with Marta, not using Zera anymore, which is interesting. And then the Design Flaw going with Calc as always. Okay, that thrust hits the basket, it doesn't go through, and that's a nice cut to the face by Design Flaw. Design Flaw has put on a good show, so Pekla can't underestimate him here. Interesting feint by Pekla. It could have been punished, I think, but I like what he's doing. Just has to be a little bit careful. Because Marta's cuts aren't the best. Well, as I say that, he cuts him a little bit in the head and he just goes down. I guess head hits are the exception. That's the commentator's curse, you know? Like I say something's really bad and then out of nowhere that specific thing works. Nice stab, shutting down Peckler's line of attack. He committed a bit too much, I think. He went for a dash attack. But I like what he was trying to do. It's just the timing of it. Well, there we go. That's one of Marta's new, like, trademark moves that a lot of Marta mains like using. There's the Inquartada, but it gets stopped. Nicely done by Design Flaw. Another good performance by him. Well, good disengage attempt by Pekla. I really like that thrust, but it doesn't quite land. A cut attempt. Oh, yeah, Marta's not very good in the pocket. And that's the really quick thrust there by Calc, working in his favor. Pekla moving in, but gets cut. That's where the cancels can screw you over if your opponent calls you out on them and understands that it's fake and then just throws a cut. It's a good strategy, but sometimes you gotta commit. Or just avoid opening yourself up altogether. And Design Flaw, it's a bit of an upset, but he needs one more. Pekla doing a bunch of thrusts. Those jabs don't do a lot of damage. And Design Flaw is bleeding like a stuck pig, but he's able to force a double. That's very unfortunate for Pekla. I think Pekla needed to do like a bigger thrust. He needed to sidestep LG maybe and do a thrust like that. There you go. Eve saying design is unorthodox. Yeah, there's a tech that I have for this that Pekla could try, and it would probably turn the tables, but I don't want to reveal it if Pekla is not aware already. Alright, Pekla doing some dashes, some jabs. Yet Pekla doesn't seem to want to do it, so that's good, if he knows what it is. Pekla knows Marta, so I trust him to make some good decisions too. He can still come back. Both players being patient, but Design Flaw needs to watch it when he opens himself up like that. Pekla finishing with a big thrust. Spam in Cortada? No, that's not it at all. Watch the thrusty tourney and you'll see it's not in Cortada. In Cortada was one discovery I made, but it turned out to not be sufficient, so I did two other moves to win. In fact, in Cortada probably wouldn't work as well against Calc, at least not Design Flaw's Calc. So they've both traded some blows. They're both limping a bit. Actually, Pekla was just tired. He's back to normal, whereas Design Flaw is limping. Thrust attempt. Oh, he lands it, but he almost got stabbed. Almost got stabbed. Design Flaw, unfortunately, did not force the double. And it's only a one flag difference. Some very good fights, guys. Some really enjoying them. Oh, Design Flaw running in there. He kind of moved past the point, but Piccolo was still able to tag him. Yeah, Design Flaw has to be careful. I get why he's being aggressive, but there's a double. And that's when the pressure really starts getting to you, when you're so close to either winning or losing and you start scoring doubles. That means you're both evenly matched and you're both finding kill shots, but you're not making any progress either. So you both feel vulnerable, and then the pressure can get to you. Design Flaw with a bunch of big cuts. Piccolo keeping his cool. Piccolo going for that thrust. He's doing a bit of canceling, trying to disengage. There's a big cut, and then he follows up with the thrust. Nicely done by Design Flaw. And Eve's advice to charge proved to be good. And stabbed him, so that was good. Alright, so Wrath has seen my fight against Luck. So we'll see if Wrath will try and emulate what I was doing, maybe do some of his own tactics, because he has some really neat moves that he likes throwing. So I'm really curious to see how he will try and take on Luck. Because Luck is a really tough opponent, and Luck knows the angles to pick against Alex. Alright, so Luck with the first win. Stab. It wasn't a direct hit, but it definitely drew some blood. Wrath has to watch that stamina now. There's another stab. It's a very quick attack, and it's actually a very lethal attack now. I think the logic there is that the stab targets like the heart, and it targets the middle of the body. So, and contrary to popular belief, with a curved blade like that, if you stab from that angle, you can get a lethal hit. Looked like a little slight jank there, but I would say Luck had the positional advantage. So I feel like it should have been a double or something, though. I don't know. It was just a little weird. But if anyone was going to win that, it was Luck, I guess, so. Given the jank, so. That's how it is. Oh, the jump. He runs into the cut, basically. Oh. That was the wrong time to do it. Those swings, yeah, Luck is very good with those. Stab. Wrath keeping his cool. Wrath can do this, but he's got to focus. He can't get too annoyed. Some X cuts, yeah. Especially the side step, maybe. But here is the thing. The X cut is very good at striking the head when Luck does some of those moves, but the problem is if Luck stuns you first, you can't really launch it. So you have to find the perfect timing. But nonetheless, I really agree. I think Wrath was doing one of the new moves, because he sort of lowered his guard and stopped, like he was throwing a big cut. That was not the right time to do it, but I see why he was doing it. He's trying to get past the guard, swing past the guard, which can work. I think Luck was frozen, or his controller stopped working. But there was some jank on display. He got hit in the head, Maestro. We should definitely clip that at some point, because that's very good evidence, I think. But Luck was completely frozen, and his head got rattled with those two hits, and nothing happened until it hit the shoulder. At least that's what it looked like to me. I might play that back, actually. But yeah, you're right, Maestro. That was kind of BS. But oh well. Luck was frozen, so I'm glad Luck got it sorted out though. If there's a time for jank to happen, I guess that's a good time. Oh yeah, he's out positioning him. That's been one of Wrath's problems. The new move. Oh, you might be in the past a little bit. Yeah, that might have. I think I'm looking at some of these back, and I think I know what you're talking about. Yeah. Yeah, I think I see what you're talking about too. But either way, that needs to be sent to Kubel, what I was pointing out. Oh, and Wrath, unfortunately, was cut to pieces there. And Luck takes it. There are no like easy hits for either one, the way that there are for Calc and Alex, if that makes sense. Anyway, good luck, multis. Tourney's going really well. We've seen great performances by many players. Luck is actually set up to win, though, assuming he keeps winning, which is really cool to see. Was good until you joined. Well, beautiful cut. I'm surprised I landed that. Good fight, Maltese. Good try. At least I believe so. Alright, design flaw if I kill after Toasted got a kill in the opening. Design flaw has been putting on a good show, and Toasted should not underestimate him. Holy stance crashing through his guard, actually. That was nicely done. Both using long guard. Design flaw with the retreat cut. You gotta be a bit careful with that. I really like his style with Calc. It's a bit different from what we usually see. Like Eve was saying. Nice snipe to the arm. Rooting for design. He is new blood. Yeah, he hasn't been in a whole lot of tournaments, so he's definitely newer. I think he's been on the server for a bit, though. Just hasn't been active. So I still consider him a newer player, but he definitely at least knows the game. And he's been doing really well, so. And that's the cool thing about seeing newer blood, or people who maybe play more against the AI than they do against players. I think Design Flaw is in USFC, though. I recall that. But anyway. When you have newer players, they often come up with ideas that are not meta, that are not orthodox, and sometimes in doing so, they actually discover things that work. So the one weakness of having a lot of experience is you're quick to shoot down new ideas because you think they don't work. You kind of stick with what works, the conventional moves. That's not true for everyone, to be fair, though. We always discover new things, but very often people who you're very unfamiliar with will come up with ideas you never thought of. So it's really beautiful to see that on display. And that was a trade, but it did not go well for Design Flaw. That was a pretty good hit to the head, though. Zera's head of iron. Well, beats the thrust aside, just barely enough. Both going with some big cuts, some thrusts, and it displaces the thrust there, and then goes with a stab of his own. Yeah, I really like his style. Maestro pointing out it's a really counter-striking focused style, and that was a grapple attempt. And Toasted rushing in anyway again. Toasted drawing some blood, but Design Flaw did too. Okay, there's the Holy Stance. How is Design Flaw going to counter it? The Holy Stance for some reason seemed to hit the blade, and it wasn't aimed at Design Flaw. But nonetheless, Toasted followed it up because it beat the blade down, so it still gave Toasted an opportunity to keep going. Alright, Toasted beat the blade, but he couldn't capitalize in time. Aggression has proper support, I would argue, Pekala. We've seen that on display in this tournament, so... Luck's been using it. In fact, he's the winner of the tournament, so... I think you just gotta learn some new tech, hit the lab, because we've seen aggression work for many people in this tournament. And at the end of the day, just remember this game is supposed to be tactical. It's not really about brute force. It's about fencing skillfully, attacking intelligently, and defending intelligently too. If you're turtling up too much, you're at a big disadvantage, especially against Zera. Slashing out of range, yeah. Oh, there's the thrust. Really even fight. And it's anybody's game now. Toasted rushing in, risky, but he wants to go for that retreat cut. It was a bit of a bait. Toasted was not committing fully. He was actually trying to move in, then retreat. But thankfully for Design Flaw, he did not fall for it. And there's long guard. They both meet each other on long guard. Design Flaw applying a little bit of pressure. Rushes in, goes for the stab to the face, and that same tactic he used earlier. We were just talking about defense being overpowered, and we just see Design Flaw rush in and stab the face. That's something he used. I forget who else he used it again could stop him. I'm not saying that to brag at all. I'm just pointing out that Luck has shown us that aggression really works. And even against me, he was getting some really good attacks in, and he almost had me, right? I was only able to counter him by abandoning auto guard and simply attacking from other angles and trying to actively defend against what he's doing instead of just sitting behind my defense. So, anyway. Oh, Maestro exposing himself there. I don't know if he meant to do that. Very, very good stab to the hand, though. And some cuts there by Pekala. Maestro with some really high-risk moves. He's trying to strike Pekala right away. There you go. Yeah, some windmill stuff is probably better for Maestro. Thrust attempt. And Maestro exposed himself to Pekala's onslaught. Pekala, I won't say anything. I don't want to give it away. But it's pretty evident what he's doing here. He's going for the attack. Applying tons of pressure. Trying to get Maestro to open himself up. And Maestro gets him. There is a time for Pekkola to win, it'd be now, yeah. I don't know what Pekkola is doing though. There you go, he rushes in. Let me forward one. Yeah, Pekkola needs to change something. He's been scoring some flags to his credit, but he needs to use Isabella's full arsenal. He's salty trolling, yeah. Ah, well. It is what it is. I think he's just having a bit of an off day. And so don't think, oh, defense is better than offense or all the rest of it. Instead, hit the lab, adapt your strategies to your opponent, and work from there. Big cut. Doesn't land. Another series of cuts. Luck staying just far away. Oh my goodness. Pekla just throwing windmills. But look at that. Look at that. His cuts completely put Luck on the back foot. Maybe Pekla was a bit too impatient, but I think the point there that he can just attack, 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 and win. I mean, he could have won that just with that. So there's plenty of opportunities here. Pekla just has to watch the stamina. That's an issue with Zero, not an issue with offense as a concept. And eventually Pekla gets it. So Luck is going to have to be very careful here. Pekla is going with a very all-or-nothing style. And that can be tough to fight against, actually. That's something people miss, I think, when they talk about defense versus offense. If someone is very unpredictable of how they move, or they're just going with this onslaught with a really powerful character, it can be hard to time your riposte. That's something that Stuntman is very good at, and it's something that Luck is actually good at, too. And Pekla is showing it as well. Sidestep by Luck. I thought it whiffed, but it didn't. Now Pekla is tired. Yep, and he takes it. If Luck wins, yes, he does win the tournament. If he loses, he needs Maestro to lose. I think, yeah, he needs Maestro to lose. If he loses. So, really high pressure here for Luck. Pekla, though, can kind of just relax and play how he wants, you know? Sidestep. Pekla taps him in the face, though, so that's a double. A lot of characters have that sort of animation thing. It's an issue with the game. I think it's most apparent with Isabella, but we see it with many characters, so that's a desync that Kubo will probably have to fix at some point. Because it's early access. Ooh, the thrusts, that's the problem with them. They don't always damage fully because the point has to connect for full damage. Whoa, sidestep. Nicely done by Luck. That was beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. That's one of his best tools against Zera, if you ask me. Oh, ducks under and stabs. That was a good attempt. Sidestep. Pekla having to watch his stamina. Sidestep hits the leg again. Getting past the auto guard. Nicely done. And Luck is showing us how it's done here. Attacks by Pekla, but they're out of range. And then Luck with a well-timed sidestep, but Pekla unfortunately kept going. So very good attempt, but Pekla is just hell-bent on hitting him, so sometimes it's tough to time those ripostes properly. And, ooh, he actually reached them just in time. But another good attempt by Luck, nonetheless. If that landed, it would have been good. Slashes, not so much. Oh, you mean like the stab, yeah. Or maybe the sidesteps. Oh, the thrust, but it gets deflected. Yeah, Luck needs to be careful with those thrusts. When they work, they're fine, but I think Zera is particularly in a good position to stop them. Well, is Luck's controller crapping out at Pekla? Hang on. Luck is not moving, so let's... There we go. I think his controller keeps disconnecting it really bad, with really bad timing. It's kind of funny. But his splash angles usually catch him. Okay, I see what you're saying. Okay, even match, actually. Pekla doing a good job of sort of taking space and dominating it. I think, yeah, Pekla is still in the game. He looked a little confusing, but he is in the game. He kind of stopped there and didn't move. I don't know. But he was swinging, so he was clearly... Maybe he was lagging a bit. I don't know. Luck seemed okay. Sidestep. And Luck is out-positioning his opponent. He needs one more now. Upward slash. Pekla out of range. Out of range again with these cuts, but he's trying to dominate space and catch him. Maybe catch Luck on the riposte instead of just preemptively. And that's a sidestep countering the holy stance. And I think the game just crashed as Luck won that. Yes, the game crashed. Luck's slash was so powerful that it cut time and space and deleted the universe. Alright, design flaw. Going with some big cuts. Gotta watch those stabs by Marie, but Calc can win this. I think Marie tends to have an advantage, but... Calc has the tools to win, too. And I like what design flaw is doing, sort of forcing Maestro against the wall. Maestro backing away after that failed thrust. It dips under. Nicely done by Maestro. That's the type of thing design flaw is going to have to watch out for with his style. Yeah, Maestro again trying to sort of dip under. Yeah, he tries it again. He's not quite close enough, but it's working. Design flaw is going to have to change something, I think. Ooh, fainting there. But still got to be careful of those stabs. Maestro with the double thrust lands. Just barely. And a thrust, but it gets beat down. He cuts the head there. Nicely done by design flaw. We're seeing a very technical fight here. Both fighters trying to use counter strikes, and obviously that tactic works well too, regardless of what I was saying about attacking. Both strats are viable, is my main argument, to be clear. And good stab by Maestro. Design flaw doesn't seem to have a clear counter to that B thrust. He has to figure something out. You can tell Maestro's already threatening it. He lands the thrust, but it doesn't kill. That's a cut to the head for design flaw. Maybe design flaw is onto something. Maybe you just take the thrust to the belly and cut the head. Sometimes that's what you gotta do. Obviously it's not ideal, but good cut, catching Maestro off guard with that rush. Design flaw is really good at doing that. He goes for that cut, or he comes in and stabs you out of nowhere. Some coffee grounds in my McDonald's coffee. That's gross. Alright, good kill by Maestro. I don't know about the US, but in Canada, actually, McDonald's makes some decent coffee. I just don't take it with sweetener. I just take it black, and it's. I like strong coffee, but it's perfectly um, good without anything in it for me. Anyway, let's focus back on the fight. Just got a mouthful of the grounds though, and it wasn't ideal. Alright, cut, thrust, thrust, cut, thrust by Maestro. Both of the rapiers are good at that. McGriddle's the only thing you get from McDonald's. Yeah, I don't really eat from McDonald's often. But I'll at least drink their coffee or something. I just think if you want to do fast food, there's better options, you know? That's the main thing I don't, that sort of drives me away. Alright, and there's a thrust from Maestro, shooting in, getting a quick kill. Good attempt by Design Flaw, but Maestro with a calculated pick, I think. I think he picked Marie purposely to counter that calc. McDonald's is barely food. Yeah, some of their items are just awful. And also the Big Mac, it has a good sauce, I guess. That's about the only thing it's got going for it. But then there's too much bun, I think, relative to the meat. So that's my main problem with it, I think. The sauce is good, but everything else is at best mediocre and at worst bad compared to other places. Anyway, Wrath with Alex, Maltese with Calc. Let's try and focus on the fight. And good slash to the face by Maltese. Yeah, the pictures look great, but the actual product isn't. And on that Super Size Me documentary, I believe the guy did find a Big Mac that looked pretty close to the picture. But that was in New York, so. There's a good strike by Wrath. Yeah, I agree with you 100%, Eve. And wow, good sidestep by Wrath. Wrath is just picking Maltese apart here with Alex. UK Mackies, yeah. I'm sure it's not good over there, yeah. And honestly, I think as far as like quick burger joints, A&W is better here. So, I find better quality too, actually. A little bit better. I mean, obviously it's not the best of the best or anything like that, but you know. Good stab by Maltese. Where the original McDonald's was, I don't know. Maybe some of our American friends know. And there's a double. Also in Canada, we have Tim Hortons, which is very convenient, and it serves things like soup and chili, you know, and you get a coffee with it, and you have to wait a little bit, but it's not long at all, and it's pretty good quality. So we got some pretty good fast food places that do better than McDonald's, I think. So that was an unfortunate pause. Are you both okay? Wrath is long guarding. Multi's maybe having an issue. I'm gonna pause the game. That was unfortunate. Oh, are you both good? Is Wrath all right? Long guarding? All right. You're both just being patient. California. Okay, Bernardino. San Bernardino. Okay. Yeah, I guess I'm not surprised it's California. They got some good food over there, I'm told, but they also got some really bad stuff too. Anyway, good cut. That's kind of the theme of California, isn't it? It's like it's a mixed bag. It depends on whether it's a good state or not, depends on how well off you are. More than other states, I'm told. Yeah, Maltese doing really good here on the defense, but oh, that big cut takes the hand right off. Beautiful by Wrath. Good pressure. Okay, saber fight. Feel free to pause or go back if you did not mean to use Laszlo. I think I've seen you use him before, but it's kind of rare, so... okay, you good? Alright. The secret Laszlos, man. Man, they're just everywhere. I'm a secret Laszlo, too. So I get it. Has bite to it, yeah. Well, there you go, Luck. You're getting a saber fight, so... Oh, you good, Toasted? Something seems to be wrong. Alright, I'll give you a moment for whatever's going on to subside. Just, I guess, long guard if you're ready. I'll check if you're still in. You're still in. Oh, 2,000 ping, according to Parsec. That's not good. And it's kind of frozen there because of the visual bug. Yeah, let's see if it subsides. It's not updating for me, so I have no idea what it's like on your end. Alright. Yeah, I was saying 2,000 ping. It's just wild. Man went to space. Alright, I should pay more attention to the fight. Yeah, or that stuff's gonna happen. God, that was stressful. That's an interesting combo Toasted using. I think it's an actual combo too, I just don't see anyone use it. Yeah, that's like you cut low and then it's like a big but fast cut coming down. Alright. Good fight, Toasted. Wow. Did an amazing job there, man. And you used a combo I haven't seen before. I'm curious what that is. If that's just you throwing different cuts or if that's a listed combo. But either way, very good job. I had to figure that one out. It seemed like the only thing that reliably worked was sidestepping and sniping the arm after you whiff. So, because Laszlo is a really fast and powerful saber. So, all right. Predictably, I got third place. Maestro only lost once, so he got second. But the key here is that Luck defeated Maestro, and so Luck gets the title because of the fact that he won. He needed to win that fight to win the tournament. Yes, Luck won Vineyard, so that's his first champion title. He is officially a champion now. Welcome him into the Champions Tavern, guys. That's a secret, a little secret channel we got in the server for champions. Yeah, very good Laszlo Toasted. Use him a little bit differently from others, just a little bit, and it was enough to throw me off. So, very good job. Congrats to Luck, congrats to Maestro, and to everybody who joined too. Like, let's have a look at the standings here. Design Flaw tied me in score. That is a really impressive feat there. The only reason he's below me is because I beat him. Um, then we got Wrath, we got Pekola, and Maltese had some good performances too, despite the low score. There's a lot of really good players in here, so don't feel ashamed if you got a low score. Was a really tough tournament, I think, for everybody. Nobody had an easy time. So thank you all for coming out. It was good to see some new faces and some veterans too. A lot of these people have been in these round robins before, so they know what's up. But nonetheless, I think everybody put on a good show at some point, and that's the beauty of the mode. Everyone gets a chance to adjust, and everyone gets a chance to get a bunch of fights in, so it's good practice. Anyway, that's it for now, and I'll see you guys next time for the next round robin. Keep an eye out because I think I'll announce a saber tourney today for Sunday because I think Sunday's open. Anyway, I'll see you guys next time. Take care.